Hey guys, how are y'all doing today? Wait a minute, hang on.
Hello, my name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. Today I have something really cool. We're talking about the John Wick franchise.
Anyway, yeah, I had to get that out of there. So it's not perfect, but it's a pretty good Keanu Reeves, I think.
Introducing Cyberpunk 2077, Edge Runners.
Pretty good. Anyway, yeah, so we're talking about John Wick. So you're probably wondering, well, Franchise Fanatic, what is there to talk about right now? First of all, I gotta give you a little bit of a spoiler warning. If you have not seen John Wick Chapter 4, the newest one, if you have not seen that, do not watch this video until you have seen Chapter 4. I recommend watching all 4 if you haven't seen any of them. Of course, 1, 2, and 3 come before 4, so watch them before that. But if you haven't seen 4 at all, don't watch this video until you go see it, because I'm going to be talking about some spoilery stuff. I don't want to ruin the ending of John Wick Chapter 4 for you. So anyway, yeah, let that out of the way. John Wick Chapter 4 kind of ends with, well, we think is his death. Obviously he kind of succumbs to his wounds, and he kind of ends up kind of fainting or falling down or dying on the staircase, whatever. And then it kind of smash cuts to a grave, and all of his friends are there. Winston's there, and the Bowery King are there, and all that, and his dog is there, and from what I remember, and we do kind of see that the tombstone. And I think that was a very poignant and kind of ballsy move to have, because when I saw it with my mom, she was like, oh, he's not dead. He's coming back. And then I went online, and, the director and even Keanu were like, yeah, he's pretty effing dead. Like, even if he isn't, like, dead, like, actually physically effing dead, he's metaphorically dead in a sense that kind of like Batman in Arkham Knight, right? Or I guess even Batman in the Dark Knight Returns? Rises? Dark Knight Rises. At the end of that movie, everyone thinks Batman is dead. Bruce Wayne, he's dead. And Bruce is able to kind of live his life out with Selina. Same thing here. I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to work. So I think that Keanu, so John Wick is metaphorically dead. He's able to kind of live out his life in peace without having to go murder everyone and, eventually die of old age or whatever and be with his wife Helen. I think that's her name. And I think that would have been a really good ending, right? That or he actually is physically dead. And then they're like, oh, well, he succumbed to his wounds. He died. Now he's with Helen in heaven. Either way, though, that would have been a great effing ending. But of course, because studios have to be studios, and John Wick Chapter 4 had to make a butt ton of money, Lionsgate is like, no, chat. We're green-lighting John Wick Chapter 5.
Yeah, John Wick Chapter 5, early development. Sure.
Now, the script isn't necessarily done. They really don't have an idea of what they're doing, but they just kind of know what's happening, right? It's like Spider-Man Fractured Fate. Don't worry, it's still happening. But, it's very much in development right now. And the issue with that is that you take a character like John Wick, right? This franchise. Chapter 1 was about a guy who's a killer who pisses... Well, he gets pissed off, he gets mad, he kills a bunch of people over a friggin' dog, and they steal his car or whatever, they break his car. That's essentially the story, right? And then Chapter 2, they're like, all right, how do we kind of make this into something that is unique, and it's not just, oh, he kills people because, oh, now they killed his cat, or they killed his bird, or some shit, how do you make that into a cohesive narrative in a world without it just, devolving into useless junk? And I think Chapter 2 is a good example of that. Not my favorite, but Chapter 3, Parabellum, which is my favorite, that one kind of raises the stakes, and he kind of has to fight all these different bounty hunters and all that. And then, of course, Chapter 4, he teams up with Kane and all that, and they kind of have this big stakes and thing with
consequences.
That type of thing. And I don't know, either he's actually dead, or he is metaphorically dead. Now, as of right now, we do have John Wick Chapter 5, as I said, so I guess he's metaphorically dead, and that was kind of a symbol. Unless he really is effing dead and they, revive him or something, I don't know. I was talking with a family member today, and for Father's Day, and they were like, oh, the John Wick movies, they're so full of action, but it's so unrealistic. And I kind of told them, hey, the reason why they're so unrealistic is essentially because this is confirmed. This is a universe. It is a highly fictional, highly stylized world, right? Where there's assassins and bounty hunters all over the place, and John Wick's able to fall through a freaking window and live, or, whatever. And even the director said John Wick is a man of pure will. He's able to fall 999 times but he gets up 1,000 times. He is literally a man that is unable to quit. Unless you physically kill him by shooting him in the head or something, he can fall down and get beaten, get kicked, and whatever, and he will always get back up. He is a person of sheer will. Now, I like to think that's me, but then, I stub my toe, and I'm out of commission for a friggin' week. So I'm trying, okay? I can do the voice. I'm trying, okay?
I stubbed my toe, and it really hurt. Yeah.
But other than that, and I did stub my toe this morning in bed, actually. I kind of went like, pooh, and I hit my toe. Wrote like a motherfudger. Anyway, so John Wick Chapter 5, look, is it good or is it bad? I don't know. I love the first 4. I think in order of best to worst, it would go 3, 4, 2, 1. However, I do genuinely enjoy all 4 movies. And it is good to know that we're getting a 5th film, right? I like Keanu Reeves as John Wick, even though he sounds kind of slow half the time. I do like the films, right? They're good stories, good action, good humor for the most of it. And there's not much humor, but, they're good movies. And, to see a 5th one, I'm down for that. But at the same time, this does kind of feel like, all right, if you can make a banger-ass John Wick 5, right? If you can make, same with Toy Story, if you can make a banger Toy Story 5, do it, right? To infinity and your mom. But at the same time, if you're just going to churn out this stuff because it's making money, which we have seen countless times in the past, I'm not for that. So if John Wick Chapter 5 can be good, right? If they can do it well and make a good product, do it. Alright, I'm all for that. Freaking do it. But if you're going to make like, oh, he actually died and they resuscitated him and he's back, if it's just going to be a repeat of 3 and 4, we're just killing guys the whole time, what's the friggin' point? I know, it made a lot of money. Critics loved it. Audiences loved it, right? Everyone loves John Wick, the franchise. It's a good, well-made franchise. It's intentionally well-made. And they make a lot of money because of that. But at the same time, studios should know when to quit. And I don't think they ever will learn that lesson because, again, money talks, right? So we're getting Toy Story 100 and Frozen 68. You know what I mean? It is what it is. If a movie makes money, even if it's a shitty movie, right? John Wick Chapter 4 could have gotten a 2% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 5% critic, right? I know I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes, but I'm just saying that as an example. It could have been a really bad film, but it could have made a lot of money. Fortunately, it was a good movie for a lot of people, but there is a time when I think studios have to call it quits, and I think that the director, Chad Stahelski or whatever, he wanted to call it quits. This was a good ending of the franchise and a good ending of the character, and it feels like they're just kind of bastardizing that storyline to just say, okay, well, he's back. He didn't actually die. We got you. We had a really good ending. It was very emotional and very well done, but nah, man, he's just not dead. It just feels wrong. So hopefully they can actually make a good storyline around this and have it not be a bunch of junk and BS and just fluff for the sake of, hey, we made a 5th, where's our money type thing. But we are getting a Continental, which is the hotel, right? We're getting a Continental TV show, I believe, next year, which is canon in the John Wick universe. It's going to actually be about Winston as a younger person, how he kind of, gets the, I guess, Continental building kind of built and I guess, christened as a assassin-esque, bounty hunter-esque hotel thing. And then we're also getting a movie in 2024. I'm not sure if it's going to be in theaters. I'm assuming it might be on HBO Max or Netflix. I don't know. I'm hoping it's in theaters. It's going to be called Ballerina, which at first glance, what the hell is Ballerina? What is this, Barbie 2? No, Ballerina, if you know the John Wick franchise, right? Giordani and all that stuff, right? They kind of like the I guess, deeper messages, deeper lore of the John Wick universe. The women kind of dance. It's kind of like Black Widow from Age of Ultron. It's kind of like a weird thing. They dance and they get blisters and shit, and their toenails fall off, and they're like, keep dancing! It's just like a torture thing, or it's there to like build them endurance-wise. I don't really know. But, once they do that, then they kind of get set out to be assassins and all that, or whatever they do with the women. And in my rewatch, I'm actually rewatching all 4. I'm doing that with my mom wants to see all 4, so we're watching all those. And my dad, he'll watch them too. But, so the Ballerina movie is essentially going to be about that kind of aspect of it. Now, at first glance, people are going to go, oh my god, it's woman John Wick? Oh, it's going to be woke. Women in anything doesn't make it woke, right? Like, having a woman in something is not inherently woke. It's if that woman is made perfect and then all the men are idiots type thing. Or if a woman is just perfect at everything and has no flaws. then that would be woke, yes. I don't really know much about that. I do know that, I guess, She-Hulk is a character that is essentially perfect, right? Bruce Banner was like, I've had it trained for years, and She-Hulk in episode 1's like, no, I got it down, we're good. That's woke. That's bad writing also, but it's also woke. This is not going to be woke, at least I hope not. Again, having a woman, right, like Nia Ninjago, Rey Skywalker, right, that's not woke. Thankfully, Nia and Rey Skywalker are well-written characters, but at the same time you get, this ballerina thing where Ana de Armas, who was in Knives Out, she was in Blonde, she was actually in another movie with Keanu Reeves, I don't remember what it was. He was like some art dude, I don't know, it was stupid. But yeah, it's, that's going to be coming out in 2024. So we're getting more stuff in the John Wick universe without Keanu Reeves necessarily being the front leading person. I think Keanu as John Wick, I think he's going to be like cameoing, making like a guest appearance in Ballerina, but still, we're getting John Wick Chapter 5, which I'm iffy about. Hopefully they can do it right. We're getting a Continental spin-off show, which is going to be like a prequel, and we're getting a Ballerina spin-off film, which is going to be set with Ana de Armas starring, which again, I believe is going to be a bit of a prequel, even if John is in it. It's not like it takes place after. I believe it's actually between 3 and 4 from what I've heard. But anyway, I'm so excited, man. I love these 4 movies. I think it's a really good franchise. It's not like the best thing of all time, but, they're good action movies with a good story, good acting for the most part, good writing, and, I think they're pretty well-made, great action movies, and I can't wait to see all these spin-off shows and spin-off movies, and hopefully a official Chapter 5 announcement soon will be good, regarding the story. As of right now, I think they should have kept it at 4, but again, I do understand when movies make a butt-ton of money, you want to capitalize on that as soon as you can, but at the same time, the studios, they kind of got to know when to call it quits. Anyway, tell me in the comments down below what you think about all this stuff. Are you excited for John Wick Chapter 5? Again, hopefully you have actually seen Chapter 4, unless I completely ruined the movie for you, but again, I warned you. And also the Ballerina movie and the Continental TV show coming out next year in 2024. Both of those, actually. What are you excited for and why? The Continental, Ballerina, or are you excited for John Wick Chapter 5? And how do you think they're even going to do that? Just moving on from Chapter 4, how are they going to approach Chapter 5 and how it actually, makes sense and all that. So anyway, tell me in the comments down below what you think about all this stuff. Leave me some comments. I'd love to get back and talk with you guys about John Wick Chapter 5 and what you think. Anyway, thank you guys,
and we'll see you in the next video. Subscribe to the channel. Yeah.